God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday on this Monday, man. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, you know, my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional trial hauls, y'all know we have Music Monday, which is today. So pretty much, man, it's pretty much where we take a break from sneakers, which has been pretty quiet for sneakers other than the G units that kind of dropped last week. We've been having some drops here and there. Definitely more sneaker content on the way. That's what the sold out Discord is for. But that's a shameless plug. The link is pinned in the comment section, and it is free to sign up for. Of course, you know we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it. If I do not get the content out in time, most likely we're already chopping it up in the sold out Discord. Like I said, we got other sections as well, sports, music, you name it. We kind of cover it all right down to a food section. So tonight's topics, man, I want to just dive right in. Y'all let me know if audio and visuals is good as y'all coming in and out. Everything is looking good on my end, streaming wise as well. Want to make sure I starting my streams early, trying to keep the new time at 6 o'clock and be consistent, mainly because, you know, the kid be trying to have some free time as well. Y'all know I'm dropping content around the clock as much as possible. But anyway, tonight's topic, man, we got several updates that we want to cover. I want to make sure I get it all within the hour, and then we'll be able to wrap things up here. So first things first, I'm probably going to start with BigXthaPlug was arrested in Texas on a DWI, marijuana charges, and gun charges. Now, me personally, I'm not a major fan of any of his music, and I'm not saying he hasn't slapped or hasn't made like numbers. People have recommended some songs, but I just couldn't get into him. But I'm not saying he's not doing his thing, because obviously here we are talking about him, so I want to give credit where credit is due. Dame Dash, we're going to transition onto that topic tonight. Looks like Dame Dash may soon have a biopic that he doesn't get paid from. There's a reason. So again, imagine somebody doing a biopic on you and not getting paid. Believe it or not, that's actually a thing. Even though there could be a lawsuit, but with Dame's situation, with him having so much going on, I have a feeling there's more to it than what meets the eye. If I'm not mistaken, we've covered in, or I've heard, where Dame Dash was trying to sell his own rights anyway, and certain people were actually looking into buying them, right? If I'm not mistaken, Charlemagne, I believe, from the Breakfast Club, has said he was interested in buying Dame Dash's rights. So there you have it. So that could be one of the reasons right there if I had to guess. And then top of the this, we're going to start with Quality Control's P, a.k.a. Pierre Thomas, is in the hospital after reportedly suffering a heart attack, allegedly. Whole live is alleged. I want to throw that out there. I did see that being floating around, but I don't know how true it is. You got to take some of this stuff with a grain of salt. I think TMZ, allegedly, if I'm not mistaken, they reported it first. So with that being said, you got to be careful with this stuff, man, because you don't want stuff getting caught up. And I know my streaming froze just a little bit, but looks like we're back in action. But yeah, you don't want to get caught up putting out false information. But I've always said this, it's not always good to be first necessary. So that's why I'm glad I do this like on a weekly rotation and try not to actually get too caught up trying to be first. Even when it comes to the sneaker content, it doesn't always pay off. And then we got an update on the Durk case. So it looks like we're going to see who's going to be testifying against him here. Looks like it's going to be OTF Vonnie, OTF Jam, and then Flocka to testify for the prosecution. So stream is freezing a little bit, but I think we're going to be able to push through it. I don't have nothing pretty much like running in the background. I'm going to make sure we're all good on that one, but we're all catching a few little slacks here and there. So I'm going to see if I can do it. Let's see. Yeah, skip frames about a few seconds ago. So I think we're going to be okay. Hopefully sometimes you can just push to it, and sometimes it's just always a delay no matter what it is. I don't think I have anything running in the background, making sure everything is good. For the most part, it's crazy how on like the weekends, Saturdays, I have no issues, but through the week, it is what it is. I don't know if everybody tries to go crazy on the internet or what have you, but it should just be only my stuff, right? But audio and visual still be looking good anyway. But yeah, we're going to do an update on Durk. So pretty much look like trial has already started. And then also we have an update on Keffe D. We're going to do everything you need to know about the Keffe D case so far. And then we're going to do pretty much just the updates on that one. So we'll get the party started. I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to start with P. Actually, yeah, we're going to start with P. Then we'll go to BigXthaPlug, Dame, and then keep it moving from there. Sorry for the slips and the pauses, but it is what it is. It come with the game. So like I said, it was like 2 minutes ago, a second ago. I can kind of see this stuff now. But hopefully it's not too bad. But let me share my screen. We'll get the party started. And as y'all commenting out, don't forget to smash the like button. Of course, let me know if audio is at least good. I know video has been kind of, hesitant, but it is what it is. And yeah, man, hope y'all don't mind me starting the stream a little early. I know I kind of just started doing the stream, right at 6. Just to get, just a little bit of time, trying to get ahead of time and be ahead of schedule. When you drop a lot of content, time is valuable, and that's the best way I can really describe it. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the visuals and the audio so far. And let me share my screen and we'll get the party started. And let's see. Boom. You guys should be seeing my screen right here. Hopefully everything is looking good. But it says, quality control, Pierre P. Thomas in the hospital after reportedly suffering a heart attack. So hate to hear that. I have family members that's experienced this as well. Not everybody easily just bounce back, but from what I'm hearing, he's okay. I've heard stories reporting that, they don't know or this, that, and the third. Just to be first, you don't want to be first. You just want to see what's going on. I did see like the Breakfast Club and them actually report this earlier. So all that stuff is important, man. You want to pay attention to things like that because, again, you don't want to, and I talk this with my father a lot too, right? It's not always important to necessarily be first all the time when reporting information like this, especially if you don't know. I know of certain people, and so does my, family members. Pretty much, they'll report like soon as somebody hits the hospital, they'll report like, "Hey, yeah, it's pretty much over." And I'm like, "You ain't even been there. You don't know." And then they're like, "Come back. Actually, they're fine." You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You don't want to put people in spots and in situations where they're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I wouldn't recommend doing it, and that's just me. But let's keep going. But it says, quality control, Pierre P. Thomas is in the hospital after reportedly reporting suffering a heart attack. It says the quality control co-founder is currently in Vegas per TMZ. You see why people want to put that first, right? They don't want too much affiliation no more than they have to, right? Because they know if they do and things go wrong, it's on them. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not careful, if you report like false information, you could get sued. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want that, right? But it says quality control co-founder and CEO Pierre P. Thomas is reportedly in Las Vegas hospital following a heart attack. TMZ broke the news on Friday, August 21st. The outlet says that Thomas is with family and under doctor's care, which I believe he actually is in the hospital, but we don't really know, as far as the medical stuff too. And this is why it's also kind of one of those things. It's not good to report this because HIPAA, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much people have a right to privacy to their health care. They don't have to, if that person don't put it out there themselves, nobody else should be reporting it. So to me, that is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to just report that out. It's okay if you announce like, hey, what condition do you have? You don't have to answer that. Even with like certain jobs and stuff you apply for, your health care and stuff, you don't have to put that on there. You know what I'm saying? There's always an option that says you choose not to voluntarily put it up there like that. I've applied for jobs a lot over the years, and yeah, I know that's an option you don't have to do. So I'm assuming it's the same thing across this here, right? But it says quality control provided Complex with a statement saying that Thomas is alive and currently hospitalized, receiving medical care. They express the wish that everyone keep P and his family in their thoughts and prayers and respectfully give them their privacy and space they need during this time. Exactly. That was my point right there. Give this man his privacy. At the end of the day, like, no matter what's going on, it's really nobody's business until they're ready to report it. Because my thing is this. TMZ reported, allegedly, right? Not the family, right? That's my thing. It's one thing when people do things on the internet or report certain things on the internet and then get mad when people get backlash. I'm like, well, you're the one who put it out there. But not this case right here. I believe they were trying to keep this one under wraps here. But it says, quality control statement continued with deeply appreciated everyone's concerns, support, prayers, and loving energy right now, right? So pretty much, they wanted to clarify that Pierre P. Thomas is alive and currently hospitalized receiving medical care. And then they said they asked one to keep P and his family in their thoughts and their prayers and respectfully give them their privacy and space they needed during this time. We deeply appreciate everybody's concern and support, prayers, and loving energy right now. So I'm going to see if I can pause this ad because I know how YouTube gets. Didn't want to click on it, but yeah. It seems like it's trying to make me play it. Didn't want to play it. But anyway, we'll keep going. Just a quick little update on P. I wanted to make sure we covered that. So his quality control was founded by Thomas and Kevin Coach K. A lot of people are familiar with him, Lee, back in 2013. It was primarily a record label, but has also moved into management, publishing films, and sports. Among the artists the company has worked with over the years, Migos, Cardi B, City Girls, Lil Yachty, and Lil Baby. So yeah, they've had some great artists, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, Migos was one of their first artists that they signed, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember them actually signing Cardi B. I'm not saying they didn't work with him because I'm pretty sure they did. Because I think Cardi B went on to go into a mainstream. Lil Yachty, I do remember that. But I'm assuming, right? And I know Lil Baby was under there, but I'm assuming, right? If they were there first, then what they would do was probably shop them to a major label that can get them a bigger bag, and they get a percentage of the cut. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming that's how it goes. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm not the record label professional guy, but that's just my thoughts and on it. So hopefully I'm just going to do exactly what they say. You know what I mean? Pretty much keep P in your prayers, and I hope everything is okay. And whatever he's going through, I just hope a speedy recovery for him. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody when it comes to that, especially for somebody I don't know. He's done a lot of great things to the music industry or for the music industry. One of the things I remember seeing him there whenever the Gucci Mane and Jeezy beef kicked off, or when they did the verses, right? And they were there to help keep the peace and make sure nothing happened. A lot of people showed up just to see that. And that was a big bag on the table. A lot of people were affiliated with that one. So keep him in your prayers. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything goes well. I know he's a father, if I'm not mistaken, at least 5 kids minimum. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, either way, he's a father. And yeah, you don't want him going too soon. So let's go ahead and transition on to BigXthaPlug, right? Says arrested in Texas on DWI, marijuana, and gun charges. Now, DWI is driving while under the influence, if I'm not mistaken. So it says the Dallas rapper was booked into Cullen County Jail exactly 1 year after a prior arrest on similar charges. Dang, dog, you get one clear, you had to pay some money to some attorneys, and you get right back doing the same stuff. My thing is this, all that means what you need to do, and I'm going to see if I can pause this real quick. No disrespect to BigXthaPlug, you got to move a little bit differently. Same thing I would say to Boosie and stuff, like, you got to move a little bit differently. People know who you are now, even if you're not like super mainstream, but for the most part, if you're making it to the main blogs, you're of somebody of importance or well known, you know? Says the Dallas rapper BigXthaPlug is facing his 3rd arrest in roughly 18 months after Texas police picked him up Friday, August 21st, on charges of driving while intoxicated, marijuana possession, and unlawful firearm possession. So there you have it right there. So I'm assuming he doesn't have a license to carry the firearm, right? And if he does, he didn't have it on him. Hopefully he can get that thrown out if he does. Marijuana possession, I'm hoping he has a marijuana card, right? If not, that's going to stick. And while intoxicated, all these sounds like fines to me, and a very healthy attorney fees, right? I'm assuming you get an attorney, they're going to tell you already go and sign up for this class, this, that, and third. So when you go to court, or if you go to court, you already show the judge you're trying to show some improvement. You know what I'm saying? That's what attorneys are known to do. I've seen a lot of people catch a lot of cases similar to this, and if you got the right bag, you know what I mean, you can get some stuff delayed and or, you know, a slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying? It says Big X, real name Xavier Darnell Lanham, was booked into the county jail. Per CBS News Texas, Allen Police Department Public Information Officer Sam Roprade, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, told reporters at the time we can confirm that an arrest has been made. However, we're unable to provide any additional details. Says Friday marked exactly 1 year since BigXthaPlug was arrested in Dallas on August 21st, 2025. So damn, dog. Let me get this straight, right? You get arrested again, like literally 1 year later in the same spot. Well, I ain't gonna say same spot, but like same locations. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got arrested last year on August 21st, 2025, and you get arrested again August 21st, 2026. Dog, to be honest, to cut the jinx off, don't go back around this time with the same stuff. At least, no. I mean, they be like, oh, there he go again. You know what I'm saying? Says on marijuana possession and unlawful firearm possession charges, He was out on bail on those prior charges at the time of his last arrest, right? The 2025 arrest unfolded after Dallas police stopped a picked up truck from a missing front license plate on the South Great Trinity Forest Way near US 175. When an officer asked whether he was carrying a firearm, Lenham confirmed he was and directed officers to the location in the vehicle. A criminal database flagged him as connected to a gang in Arlington, making firearm possession illegal violation. That stop also turned into a small amount of marijuana. So a small amount's not too bad, you know what I'm saying? Still a slap on the wrist, but certain state, and I don't think it's legal in Texas yet, but like say like in the DMV where it is legal, long as you got the legal amount on you, that can't be their only reason, you know what I'm saying? They can add on if you got way more than that, because then they can get you with content to sell. But if you got what, few little, here and there, you could say, yeah, it's for me. You know what I'm saying? It says the timing of the new arrest immediately disrupted his touring schedule. Big X missed his Friday night set at the Country Rising Festival in Winnipeg, Mochila, where the organizers cited a personal emergency on the Instagram and acknowledged fans the disappointment and frustration. So you're messing up your bag, getting caught up on these certain little situations. You don't got to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my thing. I'm not saying don't have all that stuff, but this is my thing, dog. You moving with a team, I'm assuming not by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You ride alone. You know what I'm saying? With your driver or what have you, right? You and one person, and then another person, you have them ride ahead of you, behind you, around you, somewhere near, and bring it along. It's called like you got a runner. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to pay, especially if you've been caught up. It's one thing you ain't been caught with it, but you getting caught with it, yeah, you got to move a little bit different, especially in the states that aren't like, I guess you can say, well, Texas technically should be firearm friendly. So if you can't carry one in Texas, there must be some issues going on, right? And they did kind of report that. But as far as the marijuana stuff, I'm like, yeah, you got to find somebody else that can do that. You know what I'm saying? Just my 2 cents. But that's an update on BigXthaPlug. Looks like he was arrested. I'm sure if he hasn't made bail, he will make bail. So he just got arrested on Friday. Maybe he had to sit over the weekend, but he's probably out on bail again. I mean, 1 year. It's not like he went back to back like every month, right? So that could be in his favor. So let's go and transition on to the next one here. Dame Dash, right? Making great time in here. Going to be on the stream for like another 30 minutes. It says, Dame Dash may soon have a biopic that he does not get paid from. There's a reason, which I'm sure there is, and I'm not surprised. It says, if you see, pause, the Dame Dash story on your streaming services soon, there's a good chance Dame won't see a dime. And Dame has been catching some bad luck lately when it comes to these like cases and stuff like that. I mean, the guy's been having to pay back. I mean, he's took auctions. Like he's been all over the place. And let's just clarify, the numbers that they want from him is not like the little money. So that means Dame Dash touched a big bag over the years, right? But it says Dame Dash, bankruptcy trustee, wants to auction his life rights for a potential biopic documentary or book with the proceeds going to the creditors rather than Dash, right? It says filmmakers Josh Weber and Awana Brooks won a major judgment after counts found that Dash defamed Weber and improperly sold Brooks' Mafia, while attorney Christopher Brown also secured a defamation award. I mean, that sucks. But if you think about it, he basically lost to 3 different people? That freaking sucks. And I'm assuming Dame Dash went in there to fight, but at the same time, dog, that's where these terms where people like get a good attorney, like, dog, I'm gonna keep it 100. Anybody I know, we've always said where the good attorney's at. They hard to find, and I'm not saying they don't exist. And a good attorney knows they're a good attorney. A cheap attorney is already a bag, right? You know what I'm saying? A decent attorney is already a bag. But actual quote-unquote good attorney, oh, they going to take you to the cleaners, man. They taking you to the bank, right? Says Dash filed for bankruptcy in September 2025 with $4,350 in declared assets and millions in taxes and support debts, leaving more than $5.3 million in judgment and another $10 million claim estate. So, I mean, to be honest, dog, if we're going to keep it real, he's touched a lot of money. But that's what bankruptcy is for. he's getting money, but not on a level what it was once. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, I'm assuming his debt to income ratio, he doesn't see how he can make the payments on any of this stuff. And if he's filed the right one, what I'm assuming, if he could hope for it best, because there's two different type of bankruptcies. I'm not going to go into the full details, but I know one where it's like you can consolidate your debt and have one big payment and where you'll be okay, or one decent payment and you just pay it off over the years. I've seen a lot of people go that route too. I've seen family members had to go that route. But it says, Dame Dash has been in the news for a lot of things lately, but more than the endless Jay-Z and Cameron insults, the strangest stories involves the possibility of a biopic. I don't think we can have a biopic of Dame Dash without talking Jay-Z, respectively, because their stories go hand in hand. If Jay-Z didn't take off, would there be a Dame Dash? Now, on the flip side, to play devil's advocate, if Dame Dash didn't say, let's start our own record label, because a lot of people wasn't trying to sign Jay at first, right? Story goes, allegedly, then would we have Cameron? Would we have Jay-Z if these guys didn't believe in themselves? You know what I mean? It says, there's a good chance you'll see a movie about the Rockefeller co-founder in theaters or on streaming in the near future. And if you watch it, there will be a very weird detail not reflected in the credits. Dash himself is very unlikely to get to see $1. That would suck, man. Imagine getting the biopic of somebody make a movie, and this has happened, right? This has happened to multiple people. He ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make this seem like this is a Dame Dash like pick on fest, right? Pause. But long story short, we've seen it where people didn't get paid and people made biopics about them without their approval or anything. You know what I'm saying? You can technically do it. But at the same time, they may come back because you're using their likeness and what have you. So it's always a gray area when it comes to that. Let me see if I can pause this Capital One commercial. Kind of hate these ads. Get them where you want to. And even though I pay for like the non-ads on like YouTube. But yeah, let's keep going. It says, all of this came into public view recently when a filing in Dash's bankruptcy proceedings revealed that the trustee overseeing the whole thing asked the judge for permission to auction off Dame's life rights and use the money for the benefits of the creditors. That means they want to use the events of his life and whatever footage he's holding onto to make a biopic, documentary, or book. The money made from the sale would go directly to people Dame owes money to and not to him. So, I mean, he owed a lot of people. Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? We named off 3 right here, right in the beginning, right? But there's other people, too, other bills out there lingering. And, hell, we've even seen it somewhere. I think one of his daughters said, like, even he owes her money. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you ask him, he's going to say he paid her, which he probably did. But, yeah. He's going down the rabbit hole of a lot of people he owes. Now, it just sucks to see Dame goes out like this, man. Because, I mean, to be honest, he's had a lot of bad business ventures. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, he should have stayed in the record label aspect of things. A lot of people really believed in him. You know what I'm saying? He believed in a lot of people that a lot of people didn't want to get signed. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, here we are. A couple bad business moves later, and here you are. And like I said, he still touched a lot of money. If managed correctly, he still could have, you know, still be all right. You know what I'm saying? Some things, too, you got to learn how to talk to people. You can't talk to people all crazy and how you want to talk to them and expect them not to do anything. Some people don't fight, but they'll just fight you back legally. And that's not a good thing. He's luckily, Jay-Z hasn't took that route. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z just moved in silence, and I don't think he would ever try to do anything to Dame Dash, right? It says, as bizarre as it may seem, for people paying close attention to Dame's moments or movements, this auction request, which the judge has not yet ruled, comes as no surprise at all. The possibility of selling off the life rights in order to pay off creditors was first raised almost a year ago, right after Dame first filed for bankruptcy. So again, Dame Dash is doing whatever he can to stay out of trouble, and or, you know, he don't want to be looking at no jail time. But I mean, it sucks to see him going off, like going out bad like that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to see him going out bad like that. I mean, to be honest, he still can bounce back with the right business venture. But how many people really want to work with Dame? Everybody that I seen floating around have nothing really nice to say about him, from like Cameron, you know what I mean, and other people as well. Cameron has went back and forth with him, and Cameron seems to have found him a great business venture as well out of music, right? Even though he still drops a song here and there with Mace, it's pretty cool. But it says, It was brought up by a lawyer named Christopher Brown. He had represented 3 people who sued Dash as well as himself and collectively won millions from him. He was convinced that Dame's sudden bankruptcy was in bad faith and a way to get out of paying his debts. Brown noted that Dame didn't include his most valuable asset, an initial his bankruptcy filing, his life rights. You can draw a straight line from Brown's complaint last September to the recent proposed auction now. So again, it's one of those where Dame Dash knows he's sitting on a lot of footage allegedly. He has stories with Jay-Z. He doesn't want to really do them. We see him do interview with Art of Dialogue and other people as well. I'm assuming he gets paid for those, but not like really, these interviews I've learned, like, people don't really pay out the wazoo like that. And if they do, it's kind of like a one-time thing, and that person usually eats for like forever. I'm surprised. Well, I don't think he really cares for DJ Vlad, so we probably won't be seeing one in a while unless, he's obviously gets real desperate. But it says, to get to the full picture of why Dame stands on the verge of having a movie made about him that he'll make no money from, we have to look at the cases Brown was involved in. Let's see, 3 sets of the related lawsuits that Dame Dash lost, putting him more than $5.3 million worth of debt, with another $10 million still at stake. That takes up deep into a tale of shady business practices, which I've told you that he's done some bad business over the years, and it really, really sucks. And that's the thing too, man. I'm gonna say this: not everybody is meant to be a businessman, and it's okay to work just a regular job. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy with my regular job for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to be, you're going to have those rough days at work. But for the most part, I'm thankful for my regular job. You know what I mean? I do YouTube here for fun. You know what I'm saying? But definitely I wouldn't say I'm about to quit my day job and just go all in on full YouTube. And I'm not dissing the people who do that. But I mean, there's no guarantees. They could change the algorithm tomorrow, switch it up. They've done that with me several times. And not just me, everybody. Right? It's one of those I enjoy as like, it doesn't really feel like work type of thing. You know what I mean? And it just keeps me busy and keep me out of trouble. But yeah, bad business practices, public insults, and the effects of they had on people who simply wanted to make some movies. Again, this is why you don't really see me going back and forth with anybody over the internet. Do I respond to people who comment me first in the comment section? Yes, but I'm not here to bash anybody. It says, to do all that, we spoke with 2 people who most affected by Dame's business moves and in one case results, Josh Weber and Iwana Brooks. Weber and Canadian-born, LA-based director and producer has been in court with Dash for nearly a decade. Almost 10 years, people. That's how long court can go, right? And has been on the receiving end of more than one of Dame's public triads. Yes, he's even been called a culture vulture. Brooks comes from a tiny North Carolina town, though she's now based in Hawaii. When not taking care of her family or working for the Army Corps of Engineers, she writes books and movies. She too has had her struggles with Dame after she tried to enlist her help to make her cinematic dreams come true. When it says Complex reached out to Damon Dash repeatedly, both directly and via people close to him, in an attempt to get a comment for his story. He has not yet responded. Dame, I'm going to say this. You do what you want to do. Don't respond, fam. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't recommend responding at all. It's not really worth it. These are some of the movies right here that he worked on. This is some of the stuff that they did. I'm not going to go through all this on here, but I don't think they should reach out. But that's kind of got the lawyer story up on here. They has Dame paid up. I think short answer is no. They filed for bankruptcy back in September 2025. Yeah, want to just make sure I covered that right here. And let's go ahead and just get an update on Durk, and then we will close out with Keffe D, because I want to make sure I do enough time with these. But these are some of the movies he did right here. And I'm assuming this is what they need to pay up on. The Dear Josh, I think that was the one with Josh Weber. That one we've already kind of covered a little bit. And then also he did one, the Mophilia Woman. That's the one that's supposed to be off of, I'm assuming, Iwana Brooks. Was a living 2-year spotlight North Carolina town where she saw that Dame was giving her a seminar nearby. And then, yeah, Because Dame was doing, he has dropped some fire projects movie wise too. You got to keep it 100. Now, these people want their stuff. And then you got the lawyer story. So, while all the legal drama was going on, Dame Dash had someone else in his sights. Christopher Brown says while Weber was in the case proceeding, Dame Dash was sending emails, insults to the lawyers, calling him a con man. So, again, I'm going to say this. When you're at, like, legal battle with somebody, dog, if you got an attorney, they got an attorney, which the attorney representing himself and those two other people, keep it in the courts. Don't say nothing to them because anything you can and say will be used against you in the court of law. Something you don't want to happen. And it says, has Dame paid up? Dash filed for bankruptcy in September 2025, saying that he just had only $4,350 in assets. So I'm assuming short answer is probably no. But let's transition on to Lil Durk real quick. Want to make sure we have enough time to get an update in for this guys right here because I want to make sure I hit that hour mark right on the monies. It says Lil Durk trial, OTF Vonnie, OTF Jam, and Flacca to testify for prosecution. Now, OTF, for the people who don't know, I think is only the fam, right? So we got an update here from pretty much, I want to say this is what, hotnewhiphop.com. So let's see real quick. It says, Little Durk's defense is now, right? I'm going to see if I can stop this because I don't want to play this either. Pause. So it says, Lil Durk's defense is now claiming that OTF Vonnie was one of the blame for the death of Lil Pop as an opening statement to continue. Keep in mind, this is trial, baby. I hope the best for Durk, but he's got, think about it. Once he gets past this one, he's going to have another one. Similar to TK, right? If y'all remember him, he had his first trial, didn't go so well. Got a second trial. They're still trying to work on it if I'm not mistaken, but I mean, hey, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You don't want it. But it says Little Durk is in court today for his first official day of his murder for hire trial. He is accused of orchestrating a hit on Quando Rondo, which eventually led to the murder of Lil Pop in Los Angeles back in 2022. This was allegedly done in the retaliation for the death of King Von. So we got 2022. Here we are in 2026. Think about it. It's been locked down since what? That's 2 years. 24, 25, 26. 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Because 2022, there'll be 2024, 2025, 2026. So pretty much, yeah, knocking on 3 years. He will get time served, I'm assuming, if things don't work in his favor. But it says Durk is currently facing life in prison, right? Again, 3 years time served, life in prison. You know, minimum that's 20, right? He has a legal team that includes Drew Fenelon and Brian Steele, who are both known for winning high-profile rap-related cases. He's got the best of the best. I mean, that's the best you can hope for. It says the prosecution began today by presenting its opening arguments that it was here that they painted a picture of revenge that pointed out the finger at Durk, alleging that he was the mastermind behind the murder for hire plot, right? And even though that Durk isn't being named the trigger man, if you orchestrated it, you're still going to get just as much time, right? Again, we don't know. I want to say alleged. I don't know. This is just, he's on trial. He hasn't been found guilty of anything, right? Not yet. Not saying he will. He may beat the whole entire thing. Maybe these lawyers come through and knock a home run. You know what I'm saying? Furthermore, the state revealed that the OTF Jam, Kevon Grant, OTF Vonnie, and Keith Jones Flocka would be cooperating witnesses for the prosecution. It was communicated that all three have already pled guilty and will be testifying sometime soon. So if these guys already pled guilty, it's not like like Woody, you know, YSL Woody, because Woody, I don't think he had pled guilty to anything. I think he just got up in there and testified to keep from going to jail, and he just kind of, you know, spun these guys through a loop. I mean, he was like the winner of the whole case when it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? If anything, Thug should be thanking that man. But let's see right here. We got some notes. Reporter via X, aka Twitter, says we're on lunch from the Durk trial day one. Confirmed cooperating witness OTF Jam, Kevon Grant, and Keith Jones. All three have pled guilty and will testify. Let's see. Government's opening statements. This is a story of revenge. This isn't about music. It's about murderer. It says they detailed King Von's death and Durk's alleged determination for revenge. They had the presentation that includes pictures, text, they had it all. So, I mean, he's in for the fight of his life. It says, according to the court reporter, Young T and Mel, Lil Durk's defense responded to the prosecution's opening arguments with some allegations of their own. They put the blame solely on OTF Vonnie. The defense says Vonnie was present for King Von's death. They even say Von told him, "Why did you let me get shot? Why don't you do something?" Right? It says the defense went on to note that Vonnie's alleged presence during the attempt on Quando Rondo's life in May 2021 and the aforementioned murder of Lil Pop in 2022. Right? So we got some more notes here from Twitter from Mel. It says all three have pled guilty and will testify. I read that part. It says the detail of King Von's death and Durk's allegedly determination for revenge. They had a presentation that included pictures and text. Durk's opening statement was given by Melissa Goldberg. Their story: Von Grant did all of this. He was there when Von was killed. Then for the May 2021 GA attempt on Rondo, and present for the August 22 murder of Robinson. Right? Okay. Before Von died, he said that, Kevon, why did you let me get shot? So, again, it's one of those he say, she say cases. Now, my thing is this. If these guys are known, like, let's just word it nicely, criminals, right? How trustworthy are these people's testimony, right? I mean, yeah, they pled guilty and will testify, but, I mean, it's just like, I'll use some examples that I've experienced in life, right? I haven't been on to nothing like of this level, but I've had it where some people came at me sideways and said like, yo, you the common denominator for XYZ. You did X. I'm like, bro, I didn't do nothing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that person got, something out for me, this, that, and the third, right? But it's like, you're going to go against a word, that person who has no credibility. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming Durk's defense is going to pick these guys apart, right? Easily. You know what I'm saying? With trick questions, not even trick questions, just, basic knowledge where it's going to have the jury questioning like, how credible is these guys is really? You know what I'm saying? Maybe they really just did it on their own. They just want to blame him because they were trying to shake him up for some money. You know what I'm saying? A shakedown. You know what I'm saying? And Durk just wasn't trying to pay because he had nothing to do with it and he just left it alone. I don't know, right? And I know people say, well, don't you just be an attorney, you know what I'm saying? But you never know. You know what I'm saying? You just never know when it comes to this type of stuff. You got to be careful because you just never know in general. But it says, so far, 4 witnesses have taken a stand, including a custodian of records for the 911 call, and LAPD detective, a parole officer, and the medical examiner. At the time of the writing this, court proceedings are set to resume following the quick recess for lunch. So that's an update on Durk. Got one little thing right here. We said that Lil Durk trial feds want to use 6ix9ine and academics and interviews as evidence as update. And this is why, to be honest, man, I'm glad Durk slowly stopped doing interviews. I've always said this, dog. No disrespect, and I'm not trying to take anybody's bread. It's not really worth it to really do interviews for free anymore. You know what I'm saying? It used to be good for press runs, but I don't see the point of doing interviews if you're there to talk about, and it's not picking on academics and or 6ix9ine, but just in general. I think when you do these interviews, sometimes they forget to do the music questions. They end up getting on your personal business and then throw the music stuff in there at the last second to the point where they're just trying to get some tea from you. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a lot going on, that last place you need to be is with a camera on you, asking answering a whole bunch of questions. And if you don't answer the questions, then they say you're boring, and then they don't write you back up there. One of the best interviews we've seen it with Durk and Von. You know what I'm saying? He showed Von how to answer questions without really answering them, or don't say too much. And we'll take it back to Chief Keef. When he was in a lot of trouble, you know what I'm saying? He got up there, didn't answer a lot of questions at first. Same with Kodak. You know what I'm saying? You could tell people who have been in the legal system a little too in and out of the legal system, and you just know the less you say, the best. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, people like, yo, you don't talk, you don't do this. And I'm like, dog, you get in enough legal trouble, you'll just start just doing what you're told and keep it simple too. You know what I'm saying? But the final hearing before the trial starts has surprisingly mentioned ACT and the show off the record. So he did do an interview with that. Ack has been covering the story. A lot of people have been covering the story, you know what I'm saying? But it says, Judge Michael Fitzgerald ruled that Tuesday night, August 18th, the exhibit 170, a YouTube interpreter of Tekashi 69 commenting on Von, will be admitted into Little Durk's trial as evidence. So, again, they're going to let it be used, you know what I'm saying? Again, I think if Durk gets through this situation, he will probably most likely, you know, I'm not saying he won't do interviews, but he'll probably move a little bit different. I see you, Divine Photos. He says, what up? Lil Durk trial on murder for hire charges will have one very surprising exhibit entered into the evidence of the prosecution to get their way. DJ Academic's interview with 6ix9ine and Whack 100. I don't think there will be much to give from that one. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, it's going to be a shot in the dark. I don't think they have that much evidence on him. They're banking on these guys to testify, which we'll see how that goes. Again, I don't think they'll be that credible, in my opinion. It says on Tuesday, August 18th, Durk has a final pretrial hearing on Los Angeles federal court. One of the major focuses of the day was going through potential trial exhibits that state that wants to include and Durk's side doesn't. One of those, as it turns out, is the exhibit of the August 2021 episode of Academic's show Off the Record, on which 6ix9ine and Whack 100 were guests, and it's 6ix9ine criticizes Durk for not sliding for anyone as revenge of the murder for King Von. Of course he doesn't want to slide. Why would you put yourself on there? And I remember when everybody kept saying that, when you gonna slide for Von, when you gonna slide for Von? Dog, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Let that man handle it, go handle it. Because, I mean, why would you listen to all these people and get yourself jammed up? No pun intended here. Says, what is Durk doing to avenge Verk's death? He's not doing ish. 6ix9ine screams. And to be honest, dog, let's just keep it 100. No disrespect to 6ix9ine. Ever since you got out, you had to run one more time, and you know that pretty much you're done. You're doing whatever you can to get your name back out there. You know what I'm saying? Durk had already exposed where 6ix9ine's record label had already reached out to him to say, like, hey, man, we got a bag for you if you keep this going. You know what I'm saying? The battles, allegedly, right? And Durk like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm a real one. Now, I'm not saying a real one as in he did all the stuff that he's rapped about, but, you know, it's like, no, I'm, you know, I like my music to keep it, you know, legit. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to play a few. Now, a lot of people would have took that bag just to entertain it. I'm very curious how many people have kept the beef going with 6ix9ine just for a bag, but I think him and Durk's would have been probably one of the biggest one. Prosecutor said on Tuesday that they want to present the exhibit of the interview, which they said blew up the idea that Durk should take violent revenge on Von's death. The sort of violent revenge is exactly what Durk's trial is allegedly spearheading in 2022 shooting in Los Angeles that prosecutors say that Durk arranged and paid for and intended to target, for which Quando Rondo, though Rondo's cousin, was killed. Instead, Quando Rondo was present in 2020 shooting that led to King Von's death. Timothy Lil Tim Leaks, the rapper affiliated with Rondo, was charged with Von's murder, but those charges were eventually dropped because, I mean, to be honest, that was a clear-cut case of self-defense, right? Durk's lawyers denied that their client had ever seen 6ix9ine interview and argued that it should not be admitted. A decision will be ruled before the trial begins. Says jury selection in Lil Durk's trial starts Thursday, August 20th. One, that the trial ends whether the verdict, the rapper will face a second trial on racketeering charges for more than those read. So he got to get past this. So I'm sure he's not worried about the racketeering right now. Get past this one, and then you'll see what you got to do from there. You know what I'm saying? So let's go and go to Keffe D. Last little update for like the last 5 minutes. Devon says Durk does have the made differently. Yeah, he is. He definitely has to move different. He does. You know what I'm saying? I will say this. I'm hoping we don't have any of those audio calls that we got from like how Lil Thug was, you know what I'm saying, all over the phone, this and the third. But I get it. You got to do something to pass your time in there. Hopefully that's not the case where you got on there and talk a little bit too much. So, you know what I mean? But we'll see how it goes. I mean, he got to talk to his boo. He got to check on his family. He got kids. But you got to keep it short and simple. You know what I'm saying? I already heard some audio calls already kind of going around already. I don't know if it's true. But it says the Tupac murder trial. Watch day 4 proceedings. Now, this was reported August 20th as well. The 4th day of the trial is underway, in which Keffe D is facing charges for the murder of the conviction of with the fatal drive-by shooting of Tupac. This is a case that, all honesty, he could have avoided. All he had to do was keep his stinking mouth closed. but you want to get a bag off this, and now they're going to go after you on this stuff. It says the fourth day of trial, Keffe D is underway with the prosecutors presenting evidence that claim that links him to the 1996 drive-by shooting murder of Tupac. Keffe D, who was a sole defendant in the trial, is facing a maximum sentence of life in prison. He previously pled not guilty in 2023 to a single count of murder with a deadly weapon with the intent to promote, further, and or assist criminal gain. So it says the trial is so far involves testimonies of those who responded to the fatal drive-by shooting or was associated with Tupac. Former Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department officer Gary Dale testified as part of the trial on Monday, August 17th, and said that he pulled over Tupac and Suge Knight on that night of the fatal drive-by shooting. During his testimony, he said that he rode in an ambulance that took Tupac to the nearby hospital, and he heard some of his last words. Prosecutors allege that Tupac's encouraged beat up Keffe D's nephew, Orlando Anderson, that same night as the drive-by shooting. So we're saying that allegedly that was probably like retaliation. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick, I see you, Divine. It says, I'm always going to stand on once you make it, you got to leave the streets behind when the homies and behind even the homies too. Not everyone should follow you and your success. The saying is simple, Divine. You got to realize that everybody can't go. I'm saying you can't take the whole, and it's hard, right? But we seen it right now all the way to MC Hammer. You know what I'm saying? He tried to bring the whole hood with him, right? And while he's all right, you know what I'm saying? But he felt it. You know what I'm saying? This is my thing. Those guys will be around just with the hand out. It's one thing if you got them around doing odd jobs for you, this and the third. But a lot of these guys just going to be there, and when the well dries up, they leave you anyway. You know what I'm saying? You got to know who your real friends are. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Keep a couple close ones to you, and then you just got to, honestly, people say you're moving differently. I mean, you got to. Look at Jay-Z. Everybody say he moves differently. Yeah. And look where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Had he brought his whole hood with him, right? He cut off some of his day ones, right? Dame Dash, they ain't cool no more, you know? I don't think he really, he don't even talk about that. He won't entertain it, no nothing, right? Just know they not cool. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. He leaves it alone. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's the problem. And to be honest, I'm assuming once they had made it, everybody was probably getting all the major success. They were like, yo, just imagine if you didn't have this guy, you know, will you be here? You be there, you be this. So, I mean, looks like Jay-Z decided to listen. But it says the Tupac murder trial, everything you need to know about Keffe D. Nearly 30 years after Tupac Shakur was gunned down on the Las Vegas Strip, Keffe D, the only person ever charged in the killing, is finally standing trial. I'm just going to go over the key takeaways here, and then we'll wrap this one here up for like that hour mark. But it says, Keffe D, a former Southside Compton Crips shot caller, is on trial in Las Vegas for the orchestrating of Tupac Shakur's 1996 murder, accused of supplying the gun and directing the drive-by shooting as a revenge for Tupac beating up his nephews Orlando Anderson earlier that night, which I showed you guys the video, I want to say like last week. Prosecutors are leaning heavily on Keffe D's own words from his memoir, Compton Street Legend, right? This one knows you brought it on yourself, dog. While the defense argues that the book was orchestrated for entertainment and decades-old investigation is flawed and there's no solid collaborating evidence. But that book, that's the thing, right? Say what you want to say about Vlad. He read the book, asked him all the questions. He said it was okay. I'm assuming Keffe D thought he was in the clear. But murder, you're never in the clear. Even if it comes a cold case, if they find out you did it, they can come back and get you later. Says the case matters as first ever prosecution in Tupac's killing and a potential final word on the legendary hip-hop cold case tied to the 90s East Coast, West Coast tensions and gang rivalries, with Keffe D facing a possible life without parole sentence if convicted. Now, he's already older now, you know what I'm saying? Who Killed Tupac has become, and let me see if I can just pause this real quick because I don't want to actually get caught up on this one. But it says, Who Killed Tupac Shakur has become one of the most infamous cold cases in nearly 30 years after the rapper was gunned down on the Las Vegas Strip, where there might be something close to the resolution. So on Monday, August 17th, opening statements began on the trial, and the 63-year-old man, Keffe D, was being accused of setting off the killing on the legendary rapper. 63. Dog, you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Devon says, knowing the justice system, though, will find him guilty just to say we found Tupac's the leader. Appreciate you for wording it like that for YouTube purposes, Devon. You never know. Now, rumors is he's not the gunman, right? But rumors is he was in the car, allegedly. You know, so you're still kind of, it's kind of one of those, like, if you're in the bank, if like me and you in the car, I rob a bank and you the getaway driver, you're going to get some time too, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Same scenario here. It says, who is Keffe D? Tupac murder trial. So he's better known pretty much for on trial. Let's see. What is the Keffe D Tupac murder trial is a question. So pretty much they're putting back to the rapper of Tupac. We kind of already know what that is. We don't have to really go through that, the whole situation. What does this trial matter? Because honestly, a lot of people have want to know, and it's been decades since then, of who killed this, you know, unsolved, this, that, and the third, which a lot of people said they had already solved it, right? But I don't think it was him. I think he just was involved, but I don't think he was the actual gunman. It says, who is Keffe D? He's pretty much born in Compton, California, and assuming he is a Compton Crip, so we're going to keep going up on that one. What happened the night on Tupac shot? On September 7, 1996, Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight attended the Bruce Seldon versus Mike Tyson WBA heavyweight championship fight at the MGM Grand. It was short night with Tyson winning by KO in the first round. Tyson used to knock him out back in the day. He didn't play around, man. After leaving the match, pretty much Trayvon Trey Lane, a member of the Mob Piru and his friend of Suge Knight, saw Orlando Anderson, who was from the rival Southside Compton Crips, in the MGM Grand lobby. The two allegedly had history. A couple months earlier, Anderson had attempted to steal Lane's death row chain and a Foot Locker. So apparently they want a revenge on him. Apparently that's what the story goes. It says, what is Keffe D charged with and what's the evidence? Keffe D is facing a count of murder with a deadly weapon, with the prosecutors pointing to him as the orchestrator behind the killing. So they're saying he orchestrated. They're not saying he's the actual person that did it, but similar to this is sort of like Durk's situation, like a murder for hire, but at the same time, ain't nobody getting paid for it. He just kind of like, hey, yo, I got it. We're going to set it up. This, that, and the third. You're guilty for doing stuff like this too. Says, who is the juror? 16 jurors were picked for the trial, with 10 women and 6 men. Yeah, that's the thing with trials. It's very expensive, but that's already a tough one. What's happening in trial right now? Says, what is expected the last month to begin on Monday, August 17th, when both sides delivered opening statements and the first witness took the stand. Prosecutors framed Shakur killings as a revenge plot, pointing at Davis' long-running anger towards Shakur as the motive. The defense pushed back and argued that the investigation had been flawed by decades and that the case simply lacks the facts to support the conviction. I feel like there's a lot of missing holes in there. If Keffe D keeps his mouth closed, I don't think he'll get the book thrown at him, but I don't know if he's going to come home quickly either. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those, Keffe D, you got to really shut up and let your attorneys do the talking, dog. It says the charges Keffe D faces carries a maximum consequence of life in prison without parole. At 63, the outcome could mean Davis spends whatever years remaining of his life in prison. Again, he isn't charged as the shooter, right? And I want to make sure before we get up out of here, I want to make sure I make that plain and clear. He's not charged as a shooter, but the prosecutors built their case around the alleged role as the organizer who provided the weapon and directed the attack. Nevada law holds the orchestrating a killing carries the same weight as pulling a trigger. So even though he is not the shooter, right? And they're not even trying to say he is a shooter, but if he proves that he organized it, same charges no matter what. You know, and at that point, once the juries make their decision, and then however it goes, you'll see what the judge got to do, right? But let me put myself back on the main screen. We're going to wrap things up here for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. As always, this was a good one. Had a little rough start in the stream with the audio issues, but pretty much we covered P from Quality Control. He's been hospitalized. Hopefully everything goes well. Just doing a little recap here. BigXthaPlug was arrested on DWI, marijuana, and gun charges. So hopefully he's made it out, and hopefully he gets, that taken care of. And then Dame Dash looks like he may get a biopic, but may not be able to make a dime from it. So that's an update on Dame Dash. Little Durk, we just did an update on that. We saw the people that will be testifying against him, and apparently they've already pled guilty, allegedly. OTF Bunny, OTF Jam, and Flocka to testify for prosecution. So we'll see how that goes as well. And then last one, we did an update on Keffe D and Tupac murder case right here. So pretty much the trial has begun. If Keffe D doesn't beat it, he's got a long sentence ahead of him, but it could just be the remainder years of his life. Keep in mind he's 63 years old. But other than that, man, I've been on this joint for like an hour and 5 minutes. Let's go and wrap things up for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love as always. Really means a lot to the kids. Smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new. If you haven't done so already, of course, my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional trial hauls. We have Music Monday, which is today. I'll be back live again on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, smash the like button, sub up, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. The link is pinned in the comment section, and it's free to sign up. Well, of course, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it. If I do not get the content on time, most likely we're chopping it up in the Sold Out Discord. I'll see you guys again on Wednesday. I am Jeremy Jones, and I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Hoping my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember.